In the heart of Ethiopia, in the late 19th century, a leader rose to power who would shape the fate of his nation. His name was Minilik II. Born in 1844, Minilik II was the son of King Haile Melekot. His early life was marked by the complexities of royal politics and a nation in flux. Ethiopia, a vibrant tapestry of diverse cultures and traditions, was on the brink of significant change. Minilik II's ascension to the throne in 1889 was a pivotal moment in this transformation. The late 19th century was a time of great turmoil and transition for Ethiopia. The nation was grappling with internal conflicts and power struggles, while also facing external pressures from European powers eager to expand their colonial empires. Minilik II assumed the throne amidst these turbulent circumstances, stepping into a role that was as challenging as it was crucial. Being a leader requires more than just a title. It demands a keen understanding of one's people, their needs, and the socio-political climate of the time. Minilik II was no exception. He knew that to maintain Ethiopia's sovereignty, he would need to navigate these local and international challenges with strategic finesse. His reign was marked by a series of strategic decisions aimed at fostering unity amongst the diverse Ethiopian regions and strengthening the country's defenses against external threats. He reformed the administrative and military structures, centralized power, and worked tirelessly to modernize Ethiopia. The stakes were high, and the path was fraught with challenges, but Minilik II remained steadfast. The challenges he faced were immense and the decisions he made were not without controversy. Yet his strategic acumen and unwavering commitment to Ethiopia's sovereignty helped shape the course of the nation's history. As Minilik II ascended to the throne, he was faced with the daunting task of defending his country against the impending threat of colonialism. It was a time of great uncertainty, but under Minilik II's leadership, Ethiopia stood firm, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Minilik II was not just a ruler, but a visionary leader who understood the importance of modernization and unity. At the heart of Minilik II's leadership was a progressive vision for Ethiopia, a vision that was grounded in the modernization of his empire. He recognized the importance of infrastructure, education, and technology in the advancement of a nation. Under his reign, Ethiopia saw the establishment of its first modern school, its first hospital, and its first bank. He introduced the telegraph and modern postal services, and even commissioned the construction of the first railway in the country. Yet, Minilik II's vision went beyond physical structures. He understood that a nation's strength lies in its people. Ethiopia, a land of diverse ethnic groups, needed unity. Minilik II worked tirelessly to foster a sense of national identity among his people. He integrated the different ethnic groups into his administration, creating a sense of shared power and responsibility. In doing so, he not only united his people, but also maintained peace and stability within his empire. On the international stage, Minilik II was a skillful diplomat. At a time when Africa was being carved up by European powers, he managed to keep Ethiopia independent. He skillfully navigated the complex dynamics of European politics, forming alliances when needed, but always prioritizing the sovereignty of his nation. He successfully negotiated the Treaty of Addis Ababa, which recognized Ethiopia as a free and independent state. This was a monumental achievement, not just for Ethiopia, but for Africa as a whole. Minilik II's leadership was a blend of progressive vision and unwavering dedication to the sovereignty of his nation. He was a leader who understood the importance of both modernization and unity, who valued his people and their diverse cultures, and who had the diplomatic acumen to protect his nation's independence in a time of imperialism. His vision, his dedication, and his leadership set the stage for Ethiopia's future and left a lasting legacy that continues to inspire to this day. Minilik II's leadership was a blend of progressive vision and unwavering dedication to the sovereignty of his nation. The stage was set for a defining moment in Ethiopian history, as Minilik II prepared to defend his land in the Battle of Adwa. This was no ordinary battle, but a struggle for the very sovereignty of a nation, and at the heart of it all was the tenacious leader Minilik II. Before the battle, there was the Treaty of Wuchale, an agreement signed in May of 1889 between Italy and Ethiopia. The Italians, however, had a different interpretation of the treaty, one that would place Ethiopia under Italian protectorate. This was not what Minilik II had in mind when he signed the treaty. He had envisioned a partnership of equals, not a relationship of ruler and subject. Upon realizing the deceit, Minilik II rejected the Italian interpretation of the treaty. He wasn't one to be easily swayed or intimidated. His decision to stand his ground against the Italian demands was a testament to his unyielding spirit and an embodiment of the fierce Ethiopian resolve. In the face of looming conflict, Minilik II was not passive. He began to prepare for the inevitable confrontation. He rallied his troops, amassing a force that was a formidable blend of valor and determination. His ability to inspire his people, to unite them under a common purpose, was a key factor in the buildup to the Battle of Adwa. Minilik II's leadership was not just about strategic planning and military prowess. It was about his deep-seated belief in the sovereignty of his nation. It was about his refusal to bow down to foreign pressure. He was willing to face the might of a European power, armed with the conviction that his cause was just and his people were behind him. As the dust settled on the eve of the battle, the stage was indeed set. The stakes were high and the tension palpable, but amidst it all, Minilik II stood firm, ready to lead his troops into a battle that would shape the course of Ethiopian history. With the stage set for the battle, Minilik II stood firm, ready to defend the sovereignty of his nation at all costs. On March 1, 1896, the Battle of Adwa began, a battle that would resonate far beyond the borders of Ethiopia. As dawn broke, a sense of inevitability hung in the air. The Ethiopian forces, under the strategic leadership of Emperor Minilik II, squared off against the Italian army in what would be a pivotal confrontation in the history of Africa. Minilik, a visionary leader, demonstrated unparalleled foresight. His strategy was an embodiment of his understanding of the terrain, his people, and the stakes. He mobilized a massive force, uniting diverse regions under a singular cause. He knew that this was not just a battle for Ethiopia, but a fight against colonialism, a struggle for the dignity and independence of all African nations. The Italians, underestimating the Ethiopian forces, were ill-prepared for the battle that ensued. The terrain of Adwa, rugged and mountainous, was an ally to the Ethiopians. The Italians, unfamiliar with the landscape, found themselves at a disadvantage. Minilik's strategy was to encircle the Italian forces, cutting off their escape routes and supply lines. The Ethiopian forces, armed with modern rifles and traditional weapons, attacked with intense fervor. The Italians, trapped and outnumbered, were overwhelmed. The Battle of Adwa was a grueling, day-long conflict, but when the dust settled, the Ethiopian forces had emerged victorious. The Italians were defeated, their dreams of an East African empire shattered. This decisive victory resonated across the continent, sparking hope and inspiring resistance against colonial powers. It's important to remember that the Battle of Adwa was not solely a military victory. It was a symbol, a beacon of resistance against colonialism. The strength of a united Ethiopia under the leadership of Minilik II proved to the world that Africa could not be taken lightly, that the spirit of its people was indomitable. The Battle of Adwa was not just a military victory, but a symbol of resistance and the strength of a united nation under the leadership of Minilik II. The echoes of the Battle of Adwa and the leadership of Minilik II still resonate in the hearts of Ethiopians today. The ripple effects of that defining moment in history permeate through the very fabric of Ethiopian culture and identity. Minilik II, a leader of extraordinary prowess and foresight, not only led Ethiopia to victory against colonial forces, but also set the course for its future. His reign was marked by significant advancements in modernization, including the introduction of the first telephone and telegraph systems, and the establishment of the country's first modern school. These strides in progress were instrumental in shaping Ethiopia as we know it today. However, it was the Battle of Adwa that truly cemented Minilik's legacy. On that fateful day in 1896, under his astute leadership, a significantly outnumbered Ethiopian force triumphed over the Italian army, marking the first victory of an African nation over a colonial power. This historic win sent shockwaves around the world, altering perceptions of Africa and its people. It was a testament to Minilik's strategic genius and the indomitable spirit of the Ethiopian people. But the impact of Adwa and Minilik II's leadership extends far beyond the borders of Ethiopia. Their story is a beacon of resistance and resilience that continues to inspire nations and individuals around the globe. It is a narrative of unity, of standing together against insurmountable odds, a narrative that resonates with people from all walks of life. In the grand tapestry of Ethiopia's rich history, Minilik II stands out as a remarkable figure. His leadership during the Battle of Adwa, his efforts in modernizing Ethiopia, and his enduring legacy of unity and resilience continue to shape the nation's identity. Minilik II's leadership and the victory at Adwa remain as potent symbols of Ethiopia's rich history and unyielding spirit. His legacy is a testament to the strength and resilience of the Ethiopian people, a legacy that continues to inspire and guide Ethiopia as it strides confidently into the future.